So students expect you to be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whether you're teaching online or face-to-face. So if I'm teaching a face-to-face class, I will often start my class with the first session, introducing myself to the students, and I will say, you need to think of me as the bank of Courtney Reinish or of Dr. Reinish, whichever title I'm using at the time. Back in the old days when we had banks, banker's hours were 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. So sometimes you have to think of me as that, because when I leave my workday, I know you guys think that all I do is teach and wait for your questions and that I'm just waiting on my email, and sometimes I feel like I'm living on my email. But I do let them know that you need to have some boundaries. And I let them know this too because they're dealing with professionals outside of my classroom environment. If they're in a precepted environment, I've had, preceptors tell me, the student texted me at 2 a.m. and woke up my whole family. So I have to tell them right off the bat that that's not appropriate and that they need to, so whether I'm teaching online or face-to-face, I do set the boundaries right off the bat. I let people know I will do my best to get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. After 48 hours, if I've not answered you, please email me again because it's nothing personal. It might be that I have 100 students in this lecture and I just happen to miss it in my 300 emails of the morning. So I do try and set the stage for the students, and I do, let them know that aside from being a faculty and a professor and whatever else I do here, that I do have a life, and I have to do homework with my son at night too. And I ask students all the time, please, to communicate, to not, that's another challenge when teaching online, is that people kind of disappear, and you don't want them to just disappear into the ether space. And I understand life happens, so I do try and let them know to please keep the lines of communication open. I understand if your mother's sick, your dog's sick, you got sick, your child is sick, there's an emergency, you had a car accident. And these things all happen. It happens when people are driving, if they're commuting to class. Unfortunately, we're not students and faculty 24/7. We do have other commitments.